Journal Record Associate Publisher Ted Struley joins us to discuss more stories making news in business this week. Ted, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here, Susan.
Well, I understand the city of Norman is struggling with a growing problem that's actually across the state, recruiting workers despite an already high worker retention rate. What's going on?
Well, that's right. The Chamber surveyed a bunch of businesses in Norman, and what they found was that while the workers they have are very happy, they're having a very hard time attracting new ones. And they kind of fell into two categories: those who just did not want to live either in the metro area or in Oklahoma at all. And then the even bigger problem was finding people with the right skills to fill the openings that they have.
Well, everyone has now signed off on that OGE rate case, which means what for consumers?
Well, it's going to mean a refund for a lot of OGE customers. They agreed to a $64 million rate reduction, so that'll be going into effect. And as part of that, in addition to the lower rates, some people are going to get a refund on bills they've already paid.
All right, we hear oil and natural gas production has doubled over the last 5 years, but not the workforce. How can that be?
No, not at all, because the oil industry has gotten much more efficient when it comes to getting oil and gas out of the ground. So they're now able to get a lot more gas with a lot less effort, and that means fewer employees. Chad Wilkerson at the Oklahoma City branch of the Kansas City Federal Reserve told us that he doesn't see that trend ever changing, that it's one of those industries that's just going to need fewer and fewer workers to do the same amount of work.
Well, a national report card gave the state's manufacturing and logistics a grade of C-, slightly below average. Why?
Well, it was slightly below average, but it's not as big a deal as the C- might seem. Really what they found were some of the same problems with recruiting and those kinds of issues, a little bit of infrastructure work that could stand to be done. But they also said that Oklahoma is really thriving in areas of manufacturing that other states are really struggling in.
All right, and finally, what is your team working on for next week?
We have an unusual story in Monday's paper. As a fundraiser for a charity, Oklahoma City is planning a polo match.
A polo? That's right up your alley, Ted.
It
All
is.
right, thank you for being with us.
Glad to be here.